So Monday, we worked on some pretty solid turtle stuff and back stuff. And I had asked Tanner a couple months ago before the gym closed, we could focus on some turtle, and then I got sick for the whole series.
Turtle defense or turtle offense? Turtle
Both.
attacks.
I got nothing really. Like, I mean, I do now because I was able to make a couple of those classes, but I had bronchitis for like 3 weeks, so I missed a bunch of classes.
Do you see the turtle as an effective means to transition?
I haven't actually. So the funny, like, I'd never find myself in it, like in a real role, in a live role.
When you attack someone's turtle, do you find yourself getting a seatbelt and getting flipped over their,
Yeah.
they lift their hips and then
I'm more comfortable, even like drilling with Scott on Monday. I'm more comfortable like with the turtle position being on the offense and like attacking, and being in the turtle defending. But here, what kept happening, we were doing that 1 move, 2 move thing, and I'd be here, and I'd be like, I don't fucking know. I'm like, I don't know, so I'd like grab a leg, you know, or something like that. But what I find does work when I am drilling it is just to keep moving, like I don't like stand, and then eventually I'll find a way to get to guard. But I don't have any real like drilled.
how flexible are your hips when you sit here like this? Can you do that? Can you widen your hips a little bit? Bring your ass back a little bit more? Or that kind of tighten your ankles and your knees and your hips?
No, I mean, part of the challenge I have with this position is like, because of my knee injuries,
Cool.
I can't sit on my heels, so if someone starts putting pressure on my backside of me,
Yeah.
I'm like, motherfucker, I gotta move.
That's because that's what I'm gonna do. I'll put my knees on your hips. But so right now, I want you to think of bringing your elbows in. If you're a little bit more comfortable there, so I want you to think of. I know you're comfortable here, but I'm almost thinking you want to do a little bit wider. But that's gonna be on your range of motion. What I like to do is I post my head, and instead of bringing my elbows here, think of this little triangle here as this like danger. Anything that can make me touch your bikini area, which you want to prevent. So I kind of bring this elbow in, so that now if someone tries to get a body lock or seatbelt, they can't. But I got to protect my neck because now once I bring my elbow up, my neck is exposed to me, right? So I'm playing this game, and I'm kind of changing my position. But how we get there is a very good thing to think of. Why do we get the turtle and how? So usually I'm here, I'm in side control, and I can't go this way, and I can't go that way. I can't roll into the individual, so then they give me an escape, but I don't want to give them my back. So if I end up doing just this, now I'm exposing their back for them to try to mount me. So I try to create enough space so they think I'm in a regard, and then I come in, and that's when I'm turtle. So I'm coming in right here, creating that space to where I'm pivoting out almost 90 degrees. So now, as they had side control, I'm able to get into that turtle position. What I'm hoping they do is they chase me, and before they can get to a seatbelt or ride my hips, I'm able to get a leg, and I get like a deep single leg with my head in their hip, and I try to drive them this way. So if I can pin their weight on that.
Does it matter, like, so if I'm here, right, protect one more. Is there a specific leg I want to shoot with? Cause I like.
It's going to be an opportunistic thing.
So it doesn't matter, cause I was, and I might be making this up, but I was aware that if I grab the wrong leg, I'd be putting myself on one.
It's not grabbing the wrong leg, it's grabbing getting correctly with your head on the outside. That's all it is. So I'm going to get you to get turtle. But I just want you to feel, if I put my weight here, you know I'm going to try to start riding this. But if I start riding up here,
Yeah.
I want you to bring this elbow into this, bring this elbow up here. See, I can't get here, but then I start going here. Now I want you to bring your hand to your neck. You can protect your head, but I want you to really protect your neck. Because I'm reaching in, you should start coming in with your elbow. Come to your neck. And that's on both sides. And if I start pushing your weight, you can shift your weight by windshield wiping your knees. So if I come here, see now you're adjusting, right? So if I come down and I start attacking, reach with this leg, go around, go get this leg of mine, and then try to get your head really nice position. Right here, gets nice and tight. You don't want to be too far out. But now what you can do is drive my weight onto this, and you can, almost like a single leg takedown, you're gonna force my hip with your head.
So I'm driving you that way?
You're gonna start driving me, because I'm trying to come here, you're gonna start driving your shoulder into me. This is why turtle's effective. Because if I'm here and you're on my, you got me in side control, I can't put any pressure on this, but you come in, and I'll show you. So, I'm gonna do this, and I'll make you think I'm gonna do it. Now, when you start chasing me, turtle up. So I don't want to get too far out on the outside, but I'm using my head connection to your hip with my shoulder into your hip pocket, and I'm driving. Your thing is to sprawl. That's why turtle's effective. But if I lose that timing to get there, work on this side, because I don't want to run the risk. So if you're trying to, all you're going to try to do is try to grab my hip, so get turtle. I'm trying to grab your hip, right? So if you bring your elbow back in, I can't get a good, this. Right? That's what I want you to start doing. So I'm trying to reach into my. Yeah. You're trying to, and you start trying. You're not gonna do it with your right knee. You're gonna try to pry my elbow down this. Right.
So that's how I play it. I'm just trying to get this knee in there.
Yeah.
What I'm pretty successful with in, like, my adrenaline is switching the knee, boom,
Beautiful.
get the other one in.
That's what I was gonna get to. I want you to play with this hand right now. Try to get into my body lock, get it neck. So the other one is, like you're saying, when they're here, if I can't get here, and you're not walking this little thing, I'm gonna try to put my knee in that pit. I have to stand up and do it. I don't want to put pressure on my elbow. So I'm trying to go here or do that, and this is where you start being able to maneuver. Right? So thinking that turtle, that's where it's at. But what you can do effectively is try to play that game and time it. So either you re-guard or you wrestle up. I think that's going to be good for you as far as that. We can drill that, but attacking the turtle, I see people, if you're going to attack someone, first thing we're taught is get the seatbelt. But now my chest is too far, my head's way too far over. So all we can do is I'll just come back. I'll actually literally stand up and just put my knees right here in their hips. The moment they start fighting, that's when I come in. Now I've got my position on the back.
See, that's why, like, because of my knees, I'm fucked, so I'm just like, I think I'm gonna have to panic, like do something, because I've been working on it every single day, man, but like, knee injuries, just keep that.
If you feel someone doing that before, I forgot. No, it's fine. But yeah, is the peek out or the sit out? Is if you can feel they're starting to put pressure on your hips, all you're gonna do is pose. I'm gonna do it this side. Pose. Driving that elbow back. So boom. Yeah. Really bringing this elbow way back. Just sit out. You're gonna have to scramble from there, but now you're no longer getting smashed. Yeah. So you're gonna have to boom. I can't go this way, so I really feel comfortable coming right back in. So that's just a simple movement you can practice from here, just from here on either side. Boom. You really throw that elbow back, posture up. Boom. Re-engage. Then you'll be able to get the single leg. So you can practice that, just that move. So I put weight here, boom.
Yeah. Arm that back, and then you
So yeah, you're throwing this elbow back. So it's okay. Let's get back up there and I'll show you. So as I put weight here, I'm gonna post this hand a little bit. This elbow is gonna come back like you're gonna elbow me to the face. So that, and I want you to pivot on this left hip and drive it.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna drive right back in the body lock or single leg. So I'm gonna here, weight on you.
So, that's what I'm pushing there.
Come back, yeah. Because it seems like it's easier to go this way, but it's not. It's counterintuitive. You're gonna actually go this way because that block is preventing you from coming here. So my natural instinct is gonna go right into your single leg. So if you start thinking this muscle memory for turtle, guard to turtle, single leg or double leg, peek out, that's gonna be a good transition from one to the
What I
other.
like about this one, cause I like to do some solo drills in the morning when I wake up.
Yeah,
So kind of my mobility is sometimes like if I got a solo drill.
definitely, this is,
Seems solid to be like back.
and the beautiful thing about this one is if you keep posted on that foot, as you push, pivot back and stay on that ball of that foot, and then turn back towards the front door. Look at that, you're ready to drive. So you can even almost step up from there if you needed to. If you need to elevate your hips higher or lower than theirs, you can adjust that weight. You've gone from being defensive to immediately transitioning your weight. And you'll see wrestlers do a real good exaggeration. Post and half, post and half. But it comes from that side control, so if I get you in side control, I want you to think of, let me get you side control on your back, or side control. Yeah, you do. So, from here, I'm not giving you anything, so you're gonna create some space, like you're gonna regard, right? But instead of regarding, I want you to turtle up.
Okay, so if I do that, I'm going.
You can go away or you can go towards me, but I'd rather you go away.
Right.
Boom. So now, turn around, I'm gonna chase your back. Boom. And now this is where you can start working on your transitions. From right here, if you wanted to peek out again, you can post on this hand, elbow back to my face. It feels clumsy, but once you start doing it a few times, that's gonna be the move to go to, so.
Okay, this time I'm twisting here. Go in there. Oops.
No, that's exactly what I want you to do. Because now you've gotta, you make me think you're retreating. All you did is flank. That's exactly what you're doing. I'm going, I got this bitch, oh fuck.
That seems like a fun one to drill, cause you are making yourself vulnerable. So you got, I like those things where it's like, dude, I wouldn't normally do this, but now Mike's working with me, so I'm gonna try and.
Yeah. So you can see where it can turn your, down, getting smashed in the side control, what can I do? I don't wanna give him my back, but now, this is why turtle's so effective, because if you got a really good turtle, I can kinda sit in turtle and not let you take my back. Cause I know the moment you go for seatbelt, I'm gonna have both my hands down. I'm gonna lift up, and I'm gonna let you fall over my head, and that's when I start attacking. So that's where people end up overcommitting when they have someone in turtle and they lose it. So I just stay back on their haunches, and I just literally put my knees on their love handles. And if they do anything, what they usually end up doing is they'll posture up, and then I'll get my heel in between their hips, and I get my hooks in first, then I get my seatbelt. So if you, what I want you to do is get your knees, I'm gonna get a turtle, I want you to get your knees in my love handles, and just ride your knees, and you're gonna put all your weight on my knees, put your hands on my shoulder blades and my back. I just want you to bounce. As I try to move around, if it's too much for my shoulder, I'll let you know, but you'll see what I'm talking about. So if I'm doing a good job of turtle, go ahead and put your knees, and then actually put them right there. Put all your weight on there, put your hands on my back, now you should have no weight on there, all your weight's on me now, right? So, if you start going for my neck or going for my body, reaching around with your hands, if I do this, I want you to bring this heel, or it doesn't matter which heel it is, but one heel in, so let's bring this one in, bring your heel in here. Now you've already got, I'm gonna freak out, I'm gonna give you the seatbelt, and as we transition, then you get the other hook in, boom. So this is why attacking the turtle is really good, but I don't want you to overcommit getting too far forward.
Yeah, so it's funny because I've never been taught that. I just kind of have a natural feel like we're just staying back and just trying to get my hook in. It's kind of natural for me.
Yeah. Well, I like that one because they don't expect me to do it. I put my knees on there and they're like, what the fuck is he doing? And then I put my weight on, when I put my weight on their shoulders, they want to posture up. I'm like, cool, I'll get an underhook. And I'm not flexible, I just get that heel in. Once I get that one heel in, I can lay right into something else. Sometimes I'll get a like quarter Nelson or half Nelson, I'll just drive it in whatever I want. But the biggest thing I've learned in the last like 4 years is I gotta learn the offense and defense. So if I'm having trouble with this position, I need to know how to attack it. If I'm defending incorrectly, then I don't know how to attack it because I don't know how to prevent it. It just doesn't, no one ever really taught that. No one ever taught me this either, but I've seen it done and I do it effectively. So I want you to think of turtle as it's it's like a really good close guard. If you got a really good effective close guard, it's kind of hard for me to go where I want to. If you got a really good turtle, and you've got a plan of action, you've got an egress, you're going to be able to keep me thinking. Now I'm reacting to you. I thought I was offensive, now I'm catching up to what you're doing. So I like it because people don't like doing it from side control. I don't want you to throw it from side control. Or if I go to side control, I see you doing that, I'll push your hips. So I'll make you, if you do this from side control, you go to turtle, because I notice whenever it's really effective, as you create this one. Now I'll just go to north-south, because I don't want to chase you, because I know you're going to try to get my leg.
Right.
You know? But, I mean, it's so fluid that now you're starting to see, oh, the turtle's actually, yeah, even though it's static, defensive, it's also offensive. But it's offensive because you can get that single leg. That's the biggest thing I get out of that thing, is that single leg, and I drive. The biggest thing with the single leg is not trying to drive from my knees. Once I get that single leg, I got to build up to an active toe, and really start getting my hips up to drive in.
Which I find, man, like for some reason I just enjoy, like I have fun doing, like when we were working on different, wrestling up.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, like when I'm playing that game, I just have fun. You know, like, I can't remember from side, or from half guard, wrestling up out of that. Like once I start doing that, I'm like, dude, this is just fun. Like, just getting up into dogfight, which is new to me, like I never played that.
That single leg, you're going to see it in a lot of positions, but once you get the leg, sometimes people lock and they just sit there, and they both sit, and like, I get a turtle, you get a turtle, and I got your leg,
Right.
and you think you're sprawling, but I find that if I just get a little bit higher in the position, and I push on that back foot, now I'm pushing all my weight into your torso, all your weight is based on that far knee, so now I'm going to get this move on you. Unless you completely power sprawl all the way out, or immediately match my drive. But if I get my hips higher than yours, I'm gonna win. So you gotta, as that person, regard. So you'll see it as you come in and you get my single leg, you get in this position, and I'm like here. And if you start elevating to get higher than me, you get all my weight on this knee. You start circling and circling and circling. I can't do anything other than regard. Right? So knowing that, you can start going that way and then just change your position. So as I start going here to regard, I want you to jump to the back. Yeah. So if I'm coming here and you got my leg, you do an attack, and I start sprawling. Boom. And I regard. I'm flat. Right? And it's so simple as to, if you do this, get my leg. Get my leg. Start driving you. Then you go to regard. Just hop my legs. Just go. That's all you do. It's a real simple hop.
And you just try to pin this knee though, right?
All you gotta do is pin the knee or the hip. Because I gotta regard this way. But if you pin my hip, too, boom. You can grab my ankle, top my ankle, and just post that flank pack. I just want you to think of just hopping right on over to this side. Sometimes I gotta work with this half foot too. From here, if I'm here and I'm being lazy with this, just hop. I'm stuck. But the biggest thing I find in this move is from turtle, boom,
Yeah.
boom.
I like that.
Let's start posting on your forehead and bring your elbows in. So say you're on your forearms right now. Yeah, there you go. So now you're almost like swinging left and right elbows into that pocket, and you're protecting your neck. So
Yeah, that's how I guess learned, the only stuff I did learn was like kind of inside the knee, so that's my habit now.
no, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong. I just want you to be able to transition between the two, because now sometimes you're gonna protect your body, like you just put your hand across your belly. Because I'm gonna try to get a body lock. I'm gonna try to drive into you, and I'm gonna try to be laterally perpendicular, heavy to you to go this direction. If I don't think I can take your back, then I'm just gonna drive in that direction. I'm gonna try to pry your foot out, which hurts your knee. It really fucking hurts the ankle when I do this, right? So you gotta address this before I start cranking. Because once I start cranking this, you gotta bring your right knee into me. So you're gonna have to fall into guard on this side so that I don't attack this leg. Because I'm gonna tweak that knee. And if I tweak that knee, then I get your arm. So it's just knowing that that's vulnerable. So if someone starts doing it, you're still not sure what to do, you can just kind of work your way out of it. But knowing that that's a bad position for people, especially wrestlers, will get one leg and they'll start crying that. So turtle's just good as far as that. Making sure you get that seatbelt. On me, if you can get a seatbelt, after you get the hooks. And so think of getting one hook in, get your weight on me. Remember, get your
What's
weight on me.
that? So, man, what's that?
So you can put your knees up here.
I don't want to mess with which.
No, no, it's like right up here on my, yeah. I actually float on top of it. I put on my weight. So then when you do that, I'm like, fuck. I feel like an asshole. So now, once I open up, now you can bring this foot in. Now, and you're committed. Right? That's where I want you to feel. So you would roll to this shoulder, boom, and then start working whatever choke you want. I like the short choke. I like that arm and C. So, there's this thing we call collar tie. And I was just feeling what you did. Once you get, I'm going to show you how to get something. When you get someone's seatbelt, you get here. Right? If you get here, your natural instinct is to start attacking or defending your hands. So you're going to come up with your left hand on my overhook right here. What I want you to do is think of getting this hand, this top hand, grabbing the fatty portion of this right here by your pinky, almost by your knuckle, and punching it down. As soon as you do this at the same time, what I'm trying to do is bring my right elbow, whatever elbow is overhook, right into your chin. So when you can get to that, seatbelt, it's a powerful position because now this hand's fighting and my head's going forward pressure. If I'm able to trap this arm with my heel, I always want to leave my hands behind your back. So this is what it's going to look like without the boot case, so you can see what I'm doing. I go to seatbelt. You start fighting. I beat you to get your overhook. At the same time that I come over, I'm coming up. I'll show you how to overhook the leg, and then I'm basically making a butterfly. I'm crossing my elbows over my wrist watch, and I'll come up here. I never bring my hand forward. I never do this. So the only time I would change this is if you're really strong and I don't have this under your chin, I'll go to short choke. So I saw you kind of, I would grab your hand if you were doing that. So I just want it to be habit. When you get into the seatbelt, or even before you get the seatbelt, as I come in here, you can get into that. And then now if I feel like you've got a really good, and I can't get this here, don't have my elbow in your chin, because that's where I really want to choke. What I'm going to do is let go of this one, I push that forward. All I do is open up my palm. I'm not pushing forward. I'm pushing your shoulder into my palm where it gives me more room. Gable grip, and now I'm shifting my elbow into your chin. So it looks like this. I'm coming here. I'm quite not able to get my seatbelt. You start fighting. Get the overhook, I get here, and I get shallow. My elbow's off on your shoulder or your pec. I disable his hand somehow, or I just say, fuck it. I go right here. If I can't get this R and C because I'm not elbow positioned, I'll punch, I'll tap your shoulder. It's not even a punch, it's a tap. All that does is give me deeper access to your scapula. And then I go palm up. This one's palm up, forearms on the scapula or the shoulder. And I'm wrist curling this to bring my elbow right forward. You're going to go ahead and hand fight airily. So it felt like I went harder, but all I did is I was snug. I took up all the space I could. So I want you to think of it that way. Right now we're not doing it with hooks, but I just want you to think of, first we'll start with the seatbelt. I'll take that hand, I want you to overhand pummel, grab the fatty portion of my hand. MMA fighters will grab here because the mitts sometimes prevent them. If you grab someone with that 5-0 grip, it's a lot stronger here because the wrist compromises the tricep extension strength that we have. Because my arm out. Yeah. I just don't want to. So we'll do a seatbelt. Go ahead and start with a seatbelt. And stab the heart, grab the hand. So when we start, let's do this. When you start, I want you to grab the fatty portion of your hand right here. Make it open up your fist. I want you to grab that fatty portion. Okay. So if I think I'm doing something here, and I'm going to start hand fighting, I'm going to peel this off. I want you to pummel over, grab my hand. And I want you to really squeeze my knuckles together. Yep, perfect. Now, for this one, you would push it down, but at the same time, you're getting that little rock climber thing on my shoulder. This is where you want that forward head pressure. Now go ahead and do an RNC by bringing this hand out. I don't want to see on my periphery. I want you to cross it over your wrist, sliding it through. This goes to your bicep. This one goes behind my head. Your head pushes forward on the back of my ear, and I want you to squeeze and crunch. So don't bring this out. I just want you to squeeze and crunch into my sternum. Yep. So instead of squeezing this way, I want you to squeeze into my sternum. You're crunching your whole body into my hips. That's where you want to go. So now we're going to, you don't even get to the seatbelt. You come in to try to get to the seatbelt, and I hand fight you. So you punch down, this gets shallow, I block it, and now you disable this, punch, open your hand, palm to palm, left hand palm up. I want you to feel your elbow going into my shoulder blade, my back, your left shoulder. And if you're doing this, I want you to wrist curl. You're just going to bring this shoulder forward, put forward pressure with your head, and now choke. So the choke is going to be bringing this wrist into your shoulder. I don't want you to worry about bringing this elbow back. I know that's there, but I want you to think of this motion. Yeah. And I'll have you feel the finish effect. Because you'll see as we get this, and if you start defending, twirl your head, you can get a choke here. Okay? But if I'm able to get up here, really nice and tight, you start feeling a little bit more where I'm bringing my wrist to my shoulder, and I'm crunching it. That's what I want you to start thinking is, man, that wasn't a shoot. Short shoot. It's still effective to do this, but can you feel the difference?
Well, it's funny, I was sitting watching, they did rear naked choke in kids class at NIJJ, and it's funny because I was watching and they were teaching that, bringing it to the side.
It's there.
And well, it's funny because then I was like, when I was sitting there, I was like, oh, that's not how we were drilling it. You know, there's several actually things they do different than what Tanner were teaching us. But then I get that in my head, okay, bring it back to the side, which was how I originally learned. See, it's funny.
It works, but this is more effective. Because what you're doing now is, if I can't get that short choke, especially on bigger guys, what I'll do is I'll make a fist, and I'm bringing this underneath here. I'm concentrating on bringing this elbow in and pushing my wrist to my deltoid. So all I'm doing is creating this space, taking away from this space. Whereas if I go here, a big guy can kind of take that neck crank. Because it is a neck crank and a trachea pressure. I tell people a submission's a submission, but I like this one a lot better because once I compress in, it doesn't matter how fucking strong you are. And especially with your arms, dude, if you can get your elbow right under my chin and focus on this. My elbow pressure is this elbow in the back. I'm parallel with your spine. I'm going there. But another good thing is, like I said, if you can just always remember coming back here. This is all you really need to do. Because I know sometimes we come in, and if I can see the hands, I feel like I can get it. Or if they can see my hands, I feel like they can get it. And they're not going to, but you don't want to give them that opportunity. Hide the hands. So I don't think you'll ever, in this hand fight position, if I get to here, I already know I'm stuck and I can't be here. My hand has to be right here. Even if I'm here and you're really pulling down, you're winning this battle 80-20, right? So now really, really tuck your turtle, your head down, chin, holding my hand here, and I'm gonna try to get to where I need to be. There we go. So I'm fighting for this little S grip, and I'm driving this. I didn't squeeze anymore.
It's just getting it in.
Yeah. So I'm pushing a little, but I didn't hit, I wasn't punching you, pushing you, trying to open up, open up, open up, open up. It's something you can play with just for control. You can do it on this side. So there's gonna be choking hand on your left hand.
Choking hand on the left.
Yeah, so this is gonna come over. And so from here, and all you're gonna do is try to fight. And if you get a little S grip, just fingertips, just try to get just to there if you can. And that's gonna help you forward head pressure. Yeah, see how your elbows now get in position? That's what you want. Once you're there, if I'm really stubborn here and I keep this finger in, use your right hand, make a fist with your left hand, use your right hand to push your fist into my neck. And now crunch forward with this elbow. So that's a good power move with bigger, stronger, short neck people. If you can get, you can't quite get this, you can't get here, fine, fuck it.
Just push.
Yeah, forehead, pressure forward, elbow, and elbows coming in towards the center. I'm not a fan of this one. It's a real good trachea crush, but if you don't give me that shit, that's what I'm gonna take. And if I can't get under your chin, I'm gonna use my forearm to go right across your cheekbone or right here under your nose. So if you tuck your chin really good, you get someone like, let's say, Merlin. I can't get here. He's just being stubborn. I can't get here. Fine. I'll use my cutting edge and I'll just come across and grind, and I'm here, and then I can try to start edging. Or, right here. You're tucking in. So being persistent with that, because what I would do if I was getting attacked like that, as they're attacking here, I'd try to get my hooks out. Fuck, they're gonna get me. Try to Superman was hit those hooks off me, or at least one leg off and get off and lay heavy on the one that's hooked that's on there. So I just want you to think of the seatbelt to the 5-0 control. So if I get here, my short legs, I get the seatbelt, boom, and we start fighting. And you take this hand off, this top hand off. Listen, I get this, I keep it with strength. I get here, not you're good. So if I get this and you start trying to push out or anything, go ahead and tricep extend down. I should have enough control here. Whereas if I do this, go ahead and tricep extend down. I'm not just giving it to you, but it is harder for me to hold on to. So if I don't have strength, what I'll do is I'll pull it up, and then once I get you a push down, I hook. And that's when I can go to here, here, or here. But never once am I going exposing this here. Because the moment you see that, you grab that hand, boom. Now I got nothing. I gotta try to one hand choke. Boom. If that helps. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's we were working on from that kind of similar an escape that I don't think we could drill, but I don't know if you've seen it, but I freaking love it. I can't wait to try it live. Not just drawing, but where we were getting just about out, we're just about to escape, and we get kind of stuck where we can then bring this elbow in. They're trying to roll us that way for control. Right, so we're fighting this, but there's just kind of a stalemate stuck. We get this elbow in.
Side control?
There's no in back.
Okay.
So I'm just about to hop
Okay,
back.
okay.
Yeah. But I haven't been able to clear.
Yeah.
So then they're trying to roll me, so I just go with it. Stop here, start trying to get in, and then shoot this towards their hip. And then roll. So just kind of tying in with that, like fighting for the RNC or for a choke, but then being able to, on the defense side, because we were kind of working both a little bit, not as much the RNC, but just as much control. But
I only brought the back up because I saw your hand movement, and I was like, you're gonna get caught with that.
yeah,
Your offense is gonna get stuck with that. Yeah, what we can do is we can drill that side control to turtle, to reguard, or single leg takedown. So you're gonna be in bottom side control, and I'm just gonna try to stay on top of you. We'll go like 50% just because I don't want to actually fall on or anything like that. I mean, I'm still good, but I don't want to injure myself. But that way you're working on either If I give you too much pressure, you can re-guard by getting a knee shield in. Guard. Or practice twirling out. I'm gonna chase your back, and then you're gonna do your escape to a single leg or wrestle up.
So what side's better for you?
It doesn't matter. We're just going to slow until we figure it out. I think I have to figure it out. Go ahead.
Here, so with this arm around here, roll upward.
Yep. Can do that. Chase. So instead of staying square, I want you to think of circling around. So you could have even double legged me. So as you're coming up, get out of your shoulder. You get that single leg. Right here, if you can hook elbow deep with this leg, this arm, you can grab this leg too. Now I'm stuck. If you catch me here, it's your choice where you want to go. So it'd be great if you could double leg blast, but if you only get one because I'm sprawled out, I want you to really put all your weight on that one leg you got trapped and be heavy on my hip. I want you to think of driving like football. You remember those pads? I don't know if it's football, but you have those pads, those sleds. I want you to drive your shoulder and head connected here like a football sled. I'm going to try to keep catching up. You got to be one step ahead.
That's good. Your shoulder feels safe.
Yeah. Beautiful. So that time all you had to do was just slide my knee out. Sometimes you don't have to drive. You can collapse that knee. I can't fight for my hip. Is it right to switch? It's fine. Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm trying to figure it out myself. So. There we go. You never gave me the turtle because you already turned your defense into offense. So. What I did is I gave you a little bit of resistance. I sprawled out. You saw the north-south coming up, but you started to cut the angle. Keep going. There you go. Sometimes you'll sprawl. Just bring those knees up if you can.
Yeah.
Your knees are all right? Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Your wrestle took me down. Yeah, control.